They told you to manifest, to visualize, to write it 10 times a day until your hand ached and your soul believed. But what if the very act of trying to attract something is what keeps it away? What if every time you chase the dream, you push it further into the distance? This is the trap no one talks about. The spiritual mirage of attraction. We've been taught to pull things into our lives, love, abundance, purpose, peace, as if they live somewhere outside of us, as if they need to be convinced to come closer. But here's the truth. The moment you try to pull something in, you confirm to the universe that it's not here. You vibrate from absence, not presence, from lack, not wholeness. And energy doesn't lie. It broadcasts constantly. Your frequency speaks louder than your words. The universe doesn't respond to your want. It mirrors your being. Most people never realize this. They say their affirmations out loud, but whisper fear inside. They meditate in the morning and panic by noon. They light candles for clarity, then drown in doubt before sunset, and the field listens. It listens not to your rituals, but to your resonance. Because the quantum field is not a wish list. It's a mirror of mathematical precision. It reflects whatever signal you send, not your hopes, your state. Every I want becomes I lack. Every someday becomes not yet. Every chase becomes a confession of distance. That's why most people loop. Same dreams, same prayers, same waiting. They think the law of attraction failed, but it's not failing. It's obeying. The energy says, I don't have, and the universe answers, then you shall not. But here's the awakening. You don't need to attract what you already are. You don't magnetize what's missing. You collapse into what's already available. Everything you desire already exists, not as fantasy, as frequency. The quantum field holds infinite realities, like radio channels all playing at once. You're not creating something new. You're tuning in. You don't have to summon love. You align with it. You don't have to attract abundance. You embody it. You don't have to wait for purpose. You remember it. This is the shift. From chasing to becoming. From hoping to knowing. From attraction to alignment. Joe Dispenza calls it the field of infinite potentials. Neville Goddard called it the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Different words, same truth. Reality bends to coherence. You're not a beggar asking for blessings. You are a transmitter, broadcasting creation itself. So stop asking, where is my manifestation? And start asking, what am I being? Because in the quantum field, you are both the sender and the signal. You are the observer and the observed, the dreamer and the dream. When you realize that, the chase ends, the noise fades, and something ancient inside you exhales. You were never separate from what you seek. You were simply tuned to the wrong station. The universe was never testing you. It was waiting for your frequency, and the moment you match it, not with your words, but with your vibration, the illusion dissolves. That's the beginning of everything, the end of attraction, the start of embodiment. Welcome to the real shift. Welcome to alignment. Everything you've ever wanted already exists, not somewhere far away, not in another lifetime, right here, in the invisible spectrum of the quantum field. You don't create reality by force. You tune into it by frequency. At the deepest level of existence, everything is vibration. Every thought, every emotion, every atom, every possible version of your life is already oscillating, right now, in parallel potential. You're not summoning new worlds. You're selecting them. That's the real quantum secret. In classical thinking, life is a line. Past, present, future, cause and effect. But in the quantum world, time folds. Everything exists all at once. Endless probabilities, infinite timelines, each waiting for one thing, your alignment. When your energy syncs with a timeline, it becomes real for you. Not because it appeared from nowhere, but because you finally tuned in. Think of it like this. A radio can't hear all frequencies at once. It must choose a channel. The signal is already there, broadcasting, but until you match it, you hear only static. Your static is fear. Your static is doubt. Your static is the old identity whispering, "It's not possible for me." The quantum field doesn't argue. It simply reflects. When your frequency says, "I am ready," the field mirrors readiness. When your vibration says, "I already have," the field delivers evidence of having. It's not magic. It's physics. In the famous double-slit experiment, scientists discovered something extraordinary. Light behaves differently when it's being observed. The act of observation itself changes the outcome. Reality responds to awareness. Your attention is not passive. It's creative. When you look at life through fear, you collapse fear into form. When you look at life through faith, you collapse possibility into experience. Observation is participation. Every moment you think, feel, or focus, you are shaping the wave. You're deciding what becomes solid, what becomes true. You're not waiting for reality to show up. Reality is waiting for you to observe it correctly. That's the essence of quantum manifestation. Stop asking the universe to bring it. Start asking yourself, am I resonating with it? Because resonance is the master key. It's not what you say, it's what you vibrate. When your inner state matches the frequency of your desired outcome, you don't pull it closer. You merge with it. That's why like attracts like isn't just philosophy. It's the way the universe speaks. Frequency to frequency. Energy to energy. You want abundance? Feel rich before money arrives. You want love? Radiate connection before someone enters. You want peace? Breathe as if you already live there. You don't wait for the outer world to confirm it. You become the confirmation. Every cell in your body listens to your signal. Your heart's electromagnetic field extends meters beyond your skin. It broadcasts constantly, telling the universe who you are being. So when you think you're visualizing, you're actually programming. When you feel deeply, you're tuning the station. And when you believe, you're collapsing timelines. That's why some people seem lucky. They're not lucky. They're coherent. Their signal is clean. No static, no contradiction. The universe loves clarity. It responds to coherence like gravity. So ask yourself right now, what am I broadcasting? Desire or doubt? Wholeness or waiting? Am I tuned to the frequency of the life I keep imagining? Or am I still vibrating in the story of who I used to be? Because the field is always on. It never stops listening. And the moment you tune your heart, your mind, your emotion, your being into one single note of truth, reality shifts instantly. Not because you earned it, because you matched it. That's resonance. That's the law. And the universe has been waiting for your signal since the moment you were born. You can't hold a reality you're not emotionally compatible with. You can visualize all day. You can repeat affirmations, burn candles, chant mantras. But if your heart vibrates fear and your mind whispers lack, the field will never mirror abundance, because the quantum field doesn't deliver your words. It delivers your state. That's the invisible law. Energetic integrity. The alignment between what you say, what you feel, and what you truly believe. Most people try to create change from contradiction. They speak of light while thinking in shadow. They ask for peace while vibrating anxiety. They pray for love while fearing rejection. And the field listens perfectly, precisely. It mirrors the chaos back to them, not as punishment, as precision. You can't fool energy. It feels your frequency before you finish a sentence. This is why people manifest cycles. Same pain, different faces, same lessons, new disguises, because the inner vibration never changed. The ego loves this loop. It feeds on the gap between who you are and who you think you must become. It whispers, "I'll be happy when," "I'll be free when," I'll feel worthy when. But that when is the frequency of waiting. It keeps you locked in the illusion of later. And the universe doesn't speak later. It only understands now. That's the paradox. You can't vibrate not yet and receive already. The field doesn't respond to effort. It responds to coherence, not force, frequency. Bruce Lipton's work in epigenetics proves this with science. Your cells are listening. They don't follow your environment. They follow your energy. Every emotion you repeat becomes a biological command. Every thought you rehearse becomes chemistry. Your body is the antenna of your belief system. If you vibrate fear, your cells move into defense. If you vibrate love, your cells move into creation. So the question isn't, what do I want to attract? It's, what vibration am I keeping alive? Because the field doesn't give you what you want. It amplifies what you are. You want love? Stop waiting for someone to prove you're lovable. Start embodying love itself. You want abundance? Stop begging for more. Start radiating gratitude now. You want peace? Stop escaping the noise. Start becoming still inside it. This is energetic integrity. The inner and outer finally speaking the same language. It's when your thoughts support your feelings and your feelings reinforce your identity. No more double signals. No more, I believe, but contradictions. That's when manifestation stops being an effort and becomes a reflection. You can't fake alignment. You can only feel it. Integrity is when you no longer need to convince the field. You've become the frequency it recognizes. You've become the mirror it reflects. And then, without striving, without forcing, things begin to move. The people, the opportunities, the coincidences that aren't coincidences. They appear, not because you chase them, but because they finally recognize you. You're no longer the seeker, you are the signal. This is the sacred moment where timelines begin to merge, where the self you were and the self you're becoming finally meet in the middle. And in that meeting, the field responds instantly. Because coherence is the language of creation. When the heart and mind beat in rhythm, the universe listens differently. It doesn't just hear your words, it feels your truth. And when your truth vibrates louder than your fear, that's the moment reality bends. Change doesn't announce itself. It doesn't arrive with thunder. It whispers, quiet, almost invisible. The greatest shifts in your life won't come with fireworks. They come as stillness, a subtle peace, a moment when you stop chasing and simply know. That's the real quantum collapse, the moment energy turns to matter, the unseen becoming seen. At first, nothing looks different. You wake up to the same room, you walk the same streets. But inside, something has tilted, your vibration moved, your frequency reorganized, and reality is already responding. Not tomorrow, now. It's just that the physical world is slower than the energetic one. Energy shifts instantly. Matter takes time to catch up. That's why faith isn't wishful thinking. It's vibrational stability. It's holding the new signal when your senses still show the old one. You may not see proof yet, but the field has already shifted. Like a seed beneath the soil, the new timeline is sprouting in silence. This is the moment where most people fall back. They look around and say, nothing's happening. And by saying that, they tune back to the old station. But those who hold the signal, those who stay aligned in the unseen, they're the ones who watch reality bend. The field doesn't delay out of cruelty. It synchronizes with consistency. It waits until your new vibration becomes your default, not your practice. Because the universe doesn't reward effort, it reflects embodiment. You can't demand evidence while still radiating doubt. You can't hold both, I believe, and I'm afraid it won't happen. The two frequencies cancel each other out. That's why surrender is not giving up. It's giving over to trust, to coherence, to truth. Surrender says, I no longer chase. I already am. In that instant, the wave collapses. The potential becomes form. The Heart Math Institute calls this coherence. When your brain and heart vibrate in harmony, when your thoughts and emotions finally stop arguing. In that state, your electromagnetic field becomes powerful, precise, like a laser cutting through reality, and the field responds instantly. You won't hear the collapse. You'll feel it, a deep calm, a knowing without reason, a warmth that has no source. That's your proof. The rest is simply catching up. Abraham Hicks calls it the receptive mode. It's not the mode of effort. It's the mode of readiness. You stop commanding reality and start allowing it, not because you've given up, but because you become aligned enough for the universe to finally flow through you. When that happens, synchronicities appear, people call, doors open, opportunities find you, not because you forced them, but because you matched them. This is what it means to collapse a reality, not to destroy, to choose, to crystallize one possibility out of infinite potential. It's the moment when the invisible you meets the visible world, when the dream stops being imagination and becomes identity. But it starts with silence, with holding the vibration even when the proof is still sleeping. Faith is not waiting for evidence. Faith is the evidence. The shift happens the moment you feel peace, where you once felt pressure, the moment you trust without knowing how. That's when the field whispers back, yes, it's done. You're not waiting for your future. Your future is waiting for you, waiting for your coherence, for the moment your energy finally says, yes, I am ready to be what I've been asking for. The universe doesn't reward effort, it responds to alignment. It doesn't hear your begging, it hears your being. That's why you can't fake coherence. You either are it or you're not, yet. Coherence is the moment your heart and mind stop arguing. When your body relaxes because it finally trusts your soul. When your vibration becomes a single clear note with no interference, no contradiction. In that moment, you stop chasing. You stop trying to prove. You stop trying to convince the field that you are worthy. Because now, you are the field. The quantum mirror no longer reflects your lack. It echoes your truth. Desperation repels. Integrity magnetizes. The universe is not emotional. It doesn't pity. It doesn't punish. It simply mirrors coherence. So when your words, your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions finally move as one, the field bends. Effortlessly. This is the moment manifestation stops being a practice and becomes your nature. You no longer visualize. You remember. You no longer attract. You embody. Reality doesn't need to be chased. It needs to be matched. And matching happens through feeling before seeing, through acting before proving, through trusting before knowing. This is not delusion. It's precision. Your frequency is the most advanced technology in existence. Your every heartbeat is a broadcast. Your every thought a signal. Your every breath a message to the field saying, this is who I am. So ask yourself, what are you broadcasting right now? Because the field is always listening, not to your words, to your coherence. Coherence is not perfection. It's presence. It's returning, again and again, to the vibration of truth when fear tries to pull you away. It's the courage to stay in alignment when results haven't appeared. It's the discipline to hold your signal when the old world tempts you to doubt. That's how realities collapse. Not through pressure, but through persistence of vibration. Every time you come back to peace, you amplify your signal. Every time you choose trust over panic, the field sharpens its mirror. Every time you embody the frequency of already, you dissolve another layer of not yet. That's the sacred work. Not waiting, becoming. You're not here to convince the universe. You're here to harmonize with it. To remember that creation is not something you do. It's something you are. So stop asking, when will it happen? And start asking, how can I hold the signal? Because the truth is simple. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are coherent with. And coherence isn't loud. It's not dramatic. It's quiet, steady, certain. It feels like peace without reason, like joy without evidence, like clarity without logic. That's how you know you're there. That's the echo of the collapse. That's the field saying, I hear you, I see you, I am you. From that moment on, life stops being something that happens to you. It becomes something that happens through you. You are no longer the seeker. You are the signal, the mirror, the match, and the quantum field has been waiting for this vibration since the beginning of time.